knew the descent was already wrong. On K2, timing is everything, and he was running late. The sun was sinking fast, his oxygen was nearly gone, and the mountain had begun to shift. Ice was cracking, the wind was rising, and the air was sharp enough to cut skin. Above him, climbers were trapped. Below him, ropes were snapping. He stepped onto a narrow traverse when the mountain fired back. A huge chunk of ice slammed into his leg. Pain exploded through him, but there was no space to fall, no time to scream. He just kept moving because stopping meant disappearing. Then, the oxygen ran out. At over 8,000 meters, your body doesn't panic, just shuts down. Thoughts blur, decisions feel distant. He could feel the cold creeping into his hands, then into his mind. Darkness came fast, but night on K2 doesn't feel like a normal night. It feels like exile. The wind roared across the ridge, dragging ice crystals into his face, burying his tracks behind him. Every step felt heavier than the last. Then he saw it, a climber, frozen upright, eyes open, still clipped to the rope. There was no sign of a struggle, no warning, just silence preserved in ice. He understood the message immediately. This is what happens when you stop. So he began to crawl, his hands locked into claws, his boots filled with numbness. Frostbite was chewing through his skin, but he felt no pain. At some point, he started talking out loud to people who weren't there, to voices his own mind invented just to stay awake. There would be no rescue. K2 doesn't allow it. Hours passed, maybe more. Time stopped meaning anything. He moved because momentum was the only thing keeping him alive. The moment he rested, he knew the mountain would close around him like a fist. When morning finally bled into the sky, his feet were gone black, ruined, unrecognizable. He shouldn't have been conscious, he shouldn't have been alive, but he kept moving. When he collapsed into Camp 4, the other climbers stared at him in shock. They had already counted him among the dead. 11 other people never made it down that night. Same storm, same mountain. He survived, but he lost every single one of his toes. Surgeons removed them one by one. The mountain always keeps its price. K2 didn't fail to kill him. It simply decided to take something else. And everyone who climbs it learns the same truth. Often too late, the mountain doesn't chase you. It waits. And the moment you believe you've escaped, it reminds you who was always in control. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, please consider subscribing for more.